You people are you people are always there for your girls, for your women. But here there's nothing like that. Not just education, but the basic right to food and shelter.
How can we change that mentality?
Raising awareness, time to break the silence. It's already enough. Have already seen so much. It's time, it's high time that they come forward, stand up for their right, just as American women do always, and eradicate the social evil.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am from Rayhan Alawala's World of Connections, and we are here to talk to Ali Raza Khan. And we're going to talk about his life. He's a student, so his studies, what interests him, and his passions in life. Ali, please introduce yourself.
First of all, thank you so much, Carla. I'm extremely honored to be here on your show. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to come and to speak to you and explore my communication skills. I am Ali Reza Khan from Pakistan. I am 14 years old. I am a ninth grade student and I love sociology. I love working for deprived people. I like it's my dream to bring a change. I am also an activist on social media. I am a YouTuber. I am an influencer, and I make comedy videos. The reason why I make comedy videos is that I love bringing that smile and laughter on someone's face. That's simply because that's what comes from my inner side. I want everybody to do not forget to smile and to laugh. And I just want to bring positive energy. I just want to make this world a better place for everyone to live. I also love speaking to a lot of people. I love embracing different cultures. I love talking to people, and I'm always searching for such platforms where I can get to meet different people from different backgrounds and different cultures. That's because I believe in cultural awareness and acceptance. And I also believe that that can really help break down cultural barriers. And by knowing people of different backgrounds, that we can possibly break the cultural barrier. Also, it is uh, important for the betterment of economy of our country. Pakistan is a developing country and it is yet to be developed. And in order to that, it is important that we citizens, we take individual responsibilities to build healthy relations with people of different countries, with people who have different ideologies, different sets of beliefs.
Okay, why is it important to do this? You keep on saying it's important, but I want to know why.
Because it really gives us cultural awareness and it breaks down cultural barriers.
When you say that, what do you mean by cultural awareness?
We really did not know about what other people are up to these days. We are only surrounded by our own culture. We don't know beyond that. There is a huge world. The world is so big and it's so vast and diverse. And I think cultural awareness is important because it makes us a good human being. It gives us a good mentality. It awares us of different human behavior.
Okay, give me an example of what cultural awareness means to you.
So I was 11 years old. I was cutting my birthday cake, and the few days back, I saw a video of a Chinese girl cutting a cake. I felt like there was a difference. I asked my parents that why do they cut the cake in a different way? They have different songs, they have different style, and especially when they were celebrating the birthday, the way they were eating the food was different from how we eat it, and the way they dance is different, the way they celebrate is different from how we celebrate. I asked my father that why are they different? He replied that they are not different. We are all human beings. It's just that cultural difference. And that day I realized that it's important that we have, knowledge about how other people are doing in their lives, and how their lifestyles, most importantly, in order to and that's I think it's important. Yeah.
I agree. So define the word culture for me in your terms.
I think culture is something that can be defined very easily. I'd like to put it up out there. It's it's community. It's the love of your people. It's how you live. It's your lifestyle. It's everything, and it's love.
Okay. What cultures have you been studying?
Not many. I have been studying ancient Egypt culture. My dream is to visit Egypt and see the Great Pyramid of Giza. That's one of my greatest desires of all time, and I really wish to visit one day. Now I'll come to your question. I'll answer that now. Um, I think, yeah. So I have studied Egypt for a very long time, and that really inspired me how they have how they have managed to build these amazing big monuments that even like they had advancement. So that really inspires me, the Egyptian culture.
What is it about the Egyptian culture that inspires you?
Their advancement, the way they build those monuments like the pyramids of Giza, that really makes me that's awful. And it is something that we that is a work of creativity and human art, and that's what inspires me.
Okay. So you want to go to Egypt. What about Egypt's history inspires you?
That would sound like a fairy tale, like a movie, fictional movie, something like that. I was very much inspired by the Mummy 1999 movie series. So that was the first time I saw the Egypt pyramid. And after that, I went on Google, I went on YouTube and searched it. And I watched 3 hours documentaries at one time. And I was so inspired that I'd take my diary and I'd note down every single thing, and I'd tell to my friends that, let's see, I just learned about this. Egyptian history is just so diverse, it's so vast, and I think, uh, of course, there were so many workers involved in the in to build the monument of pyramid, and science is yet not able to understand and figure out how did they managed to make the pyramids. And that's so thrilling. It is, I mean, I can't describe it.
So Egypt is one country you want to visit. What's another country?
Maybe England, because their royalty really inspires me. Also, the kind of accent that British people speak, oh my God, that is that is very difficult, by the way. But of course, I want to learn British English. But of course, American people really inspire me too. So
Really?
yeah,
How do we inspire you?
because you are so kind, you are always there, you are always up to the mark and very promising.
You mean all of them are all Americans? You're not.
Yeah.
What makes you think that's true? Give me an example. Because a
Okay.
lot of things are happening in this country. It's very interesting to hear you say that. And we're not going to get into the politics or the news that's going on right now.
Of course, I don't want to get in trouble after this interview. So, yeah, I'll come to your question. Because you people are so advanced, you are really bold and liberal, and you stand for yourself. And that's what really makes me inspired from Americans, because they always They, of course, they have freedom, which is hardly found in our country. So I think we really should take inspiration from America and give liberalism and freedom of speech to our people also. That's very important, especially in this century.
Okay, so what do you want to see grow in your country?
Of course, advancement in terms of technology, in terms of social behavior, in terms of politics, everything. I'm not just talking about the culture here, I'm talking about the modernization and the advancement of the people there. You people are liberal about certain things. You know what I'm saying? You people
Well,
are,
be specific.
okay, specifically, let's just talk about girls' education. You people are you people are always there for your girls, for your women. But here there's nothing like that. Here women are not allowed to go to school. They are deprived of their basic right, not just education, but the basic right to food and shelter. So see, that's culture, that's mentality, that's, yeah, I hope you got it.
How can we change that mentality?
By raising awareness and by increasing the literacy rate and by providing different educational institutions. First of all, we need to really stand up. We really need to teach our youngsters, especially our girl child, to to stand up for themselves, to raise their voices. It's time to break the silence. It's already enough. They have already seen so much. It's time, it's high time that they come forward, stand up for their rights, just as American women do always, and eradicate these social evils like gender inequality and harassment and all that.
Harassment, definitely, but that's a problem in our country.
That really is, but that these things are mentioned in your country and are always highlighted, whereas in our country they are mostly not even mentioned, and they are, they are not even mentioned. You people always stand up for yourselves as compared to us. We don't. We are not so liberal.
Are you sure that's a good thing?
Absolutely, it's
Well,
important because
I'm not arguing with you. I just want you to express your thoughts.
I know. I believe in order to live a happy, peaceful, and prosperous life, it's important to have basic rights, and that is only possible once we are literate. The literacy rate is so low in our country as compared, of course, to your country. So I think the more the educated the people are, the better the mentality they have, and the better they think about the world. And also, I was so inspired by Malala Yousafzai. She's from my country, and I am a huge fan of her. I read her book, I Am Malala, and that inspired me so much.
How did it inspire you?
Because she's a Wonder Woman. She was shot at the age of 14, and then she still continued her mission for change, and she stood for the rights of girls. She's an advocate for for girls education, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Also, my second aim in life is to meet her one day. I'm so extremely inspired by her.
So, what is one of the most important things in your thinking?
The very fact that she's a girl and she has won the Nobel Peace Prize at a very young age, and she's from Pakistan, is something awe-inspiring. She's someone who all the girls should look up to as a source of inspiration. She has given so much to the country. She's a proud, of course, and I proudly have to say that she's from my country. She has represented the country around the world in so many platforms, and that really inspires me.
Okay, what's another thing that inspires you?
One more thing is that she's so friendly, she's so relatable. And it's not that if she's a Nobel Peace Prize laureate, then she's different from the rest of the world. She was as same as a 14 years old student who doesn't do her homework, who doesn't complete her assignments or time. So she's very relatable. She always is very relatable.
Do you think you're relatable? to yourself?
I just want to be the best version of myself. I just wanted to do things that I am comfortable doing. I just want to go. I just don't want to think what the rest of the world is going to think. I just wanted to do what gives me pleasure, what gives me happiness, and what makes me happy.
So, what makes you happy?
Talking to people,
Okay.
bringing smile, laughter.
Why talking to people?
Again, because I want to know different cultures, I want to embrace them, I want to have a nice perception, and that is it.
So, what do you mean by a nice perception?
Nice perception. I want to eradicate any thought, any single thought that includes any discrimination. I want to have a thought of equality for everyone, a perception that has all human beings as one set, no inequality, no indifferences. I want everyone to have that perception. I want everyone to be welcoming to other people, to embrace different people, to embrace their cultures. Yeah.
And how can we do that?
We can do that by raising awareness, by spreading love, by the message of love. I think this word love is something I want to spread everywhere, just everywhere.
What does love mean to you?
To me, it is about caring about other people, about the other person. It's about not caring how the other person, from where the other person belongs to, the race, the gender, the like, anything. I just want to eradicate any discrimination and just love a person to an extent that you just only love him. You just don't care about the rest of the world. And that is love. Just taking care of a person and just thinking about him the whole time.
So, how are you going to help develop that where you live amongst the people you know?
I would go to the end of the world. I would raise my voice. I would go to any platform that is available. I don't care about my resources. I would do, and I'd start from the resource that I have now. And I don't rely on resources. I think even if this small platform, anything really matters. It really, if my small voice can contribute bringing a big change, then I'm always there. I want to raise awareness. I want people to have a clear perception. As I mentioned, I want people to have a freedom of speech. I want people to not think about inequality, to not think about what the other person do. Just love and peace. That's it.
What you create in your mind becomes your world. Do you realize that you're going to create that world?
Yes, I can already vision that world with no inequality, with no differences, and just love and peace everywhere. I have a vision. I can already imagine that.
Do you know because you have that vision, you have already created that world?
Yeah.
So, how are you going to bring that world out to more people? Define love and peace for me in your terms.
Embracing love, embracing the other person, um,
Is it
just
really
living
embracing? Whoa. Is it embracing another person or is it embracing it within you?
firstly within you and then the other person. It's important to have inner understanding, clear mind, clear mindset, clear mentality, and then through your message to the rest of the world.
Now, does it take time to embrace it within yourself or is it something that happens right away?
No, it's not something that happens right away. It does take a lot of time. It does take so much time. If some people even die without knowing what love is or what peace is, they just spend their whole life fighting and in indifferences and fighting and fighting and fighting, and then they die. And there was no point of their life. They made their lives useless. So I just don't want to be that person. I want to bring a change. I want to do something and then die.
And what is it you want to do?
I want to be a leader. I want to advocate for change, change of bringing peace, change of making sure that nobody sleeps hungry tonight, no children are left behind and deprived of education. All of them go to school, and all of them are literated, and there's less poverty, and that's what I think I want to bring.
How are you going to begin to create that? You could begin to create it this very moment.
I think I have already began my message, my mission, just by talking to you. I know at least two people. If at least two people are watching this conversation right now, that's when my purpose is already served. That's when my message is already conveyed to other people.
What makes you think you've already started?
Because if at least one person is hearing this conversation, they got to think about it. I'm sure they are already. They are thinking about it. So my mission has already started because at least if one person is watching this, they are, they have started a different vision and they are thinking what I am saying and they may also start implementing.
How do you want people to implement it?
Uh, Implement what I said. Just allowing their child go to school and just not making them deprived of their basic rights. Because believe me, Carla, in our locality, I have seen many cases of children being born and deprived and 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 left on a garbage, and then the other day dogs eat them, little babies. It's very emotional, but that's really true, and I really have seen that, and I just can't express it. I have really seen that. So yeah.
So, what is your major thing that you want to see done in the world? If you could wave a wand and you had three wishes, what would they be?
My first Harry Potter wish would be to eradicate poverty. Second would be to make everybody literate and tell and because poverty and literacy, they are both very important. Once you are illiterate, then you don't allow your children to go to school, and once they don't go to school, they don't earn money and they are left behind in this very competitive world without food, and then they die with poverty. And so if I the third one would be peace. Of course, I don't want any kind of war, and that would be the third wish.
Okay. And what are you going to work on first to get all of this done?
I think I'll use my social media power to raise awareness because that's the only resource I have right now.
So, what are you going to do with your social media?
I am definitely gonna aware people. I am gonna spread my message everywhere, wherever possible. Even now, also here, this thing that I'm doing right now, I'm so proud of myself that I get to spread this message to you and to a lot of other people. I know you've already been informed about all the difficulties in my culture and all these social issues that my people are going through, but I think it's important that we remind ourselves that there are a lot of problems. We always, Carla, we always complain about our lives without even thinking what the other people must be going through. What We eat healthy food every day. We have clean water, we have clean food, we have proper shelter over our heads, and still we complain about life. We complain about our luxuries. We say we want the best. I think we should. It's good that we dream for bigger, but it's also very important to think what the middle class is going through and what the lower class is going through, and we really need to be concerned about other people.
Okay. So, how I can see things that you could do now at your age. Do you see one action that you could take even today or tomorrow because you're going to sleep soon that would help grow that?
I think I'd tell my parents to gather around in the on the breakfast table, and just thank God that we are still alive, and we have good food to eat, we have shelter over our heads, and just by the fact that we are going to thank God, I think that would make us happy. And once we forget about everything else, I just tell them to be happy and to see each other and smile a bit, and I think that would give them a bit of self therapy, and that would make them happy, and including me.
Now, will that change what may happen the next moment?
I think there haven't been such situation when we had a laughter the last time. We didn't even watch a movie half a year ago. We didn't sat together and had a movie time. I think we really need to figure out that, because of course we are all struggling, and we are so busy with our lives. So I think that's a very good thing to do. If I wake up tomorrow, I'd bring my parents with me, and I'd tell them to sit down and have some family time. That I think would mean a lot for them, at least.
That's the beginning of change. Remember, change doesn't happen in a big way. It begins in a small way. And when you can begin to change things in your house, you can begin to change things in the world. That's the point I'm trying to get across to you.
Okay.
I think it is time to thank you for speaking with me. Thank you. Thank those who watch for watching. And let's wave goodbye, Allie.
Goodbye. Take care.
Take care, everyone.